The DA in this Nolan Wells case, Angel Myers, is finally feeling the pressure and finally feeling the wrath of people who want answers, and she's not reacting well. Like, she just released another statement, and you could tell, man, at this point, everybody is panicking because the district attorney is elected, and she understands that the way she's botching this Nolan Wells case is gonna backfire when people go to that poll. Miss Angel has a problem with Benjamin Crump in a statement that they released a couple of days ago where she believes they're throwing her under the bus. Now, she believes that this is not completely accurate and this does not truly tell the real story of what's currently going on. But here's the thing. She shouldn't be mad at Benjamin Crump or Nolan Wells family at all. She should be mad at the attorneys for the boys and Officer Tatum, because they were the ones who forced Benjamin Crump's hand to release a statement and tell the real and put it all out there. See, Tatum and the attorneys for the boys, they've been going around telling people that Nolan Wells family and Benjamin Crump have been uncooperative with the DA and the family, and they haven't been cooperating with the police when the police have asked them for Nolan Wells' phone. So that forced Benjamin Crump and the family to come out and tell the real and release what's really been going on. And that made Angel look bad, and now she's upset.
It's gonna blow your mind at the reality that the family have not turned over Nolan's phone to investigators. That means a month into this, accusations of a crime will never be investigated because they will not turn it over to law enforcement. How are you gonna present this to a grand jury and you claim that there's evidence of impropriety, criminal activity, tampering with evidence, deleting things from a phone is a crime? And the family is saying, and the family attorney is saying there's a crime that's committed, but they're unwilling to send the information to investigate, to make arrests in this case. It is blowing my mind. So
the narrative that Benjamin Crump or the family got anything to hide and they are refusing to turn over the phone, that narrative was growing some legs. So Benjamin Crump and the family released a statement, just clarifying up the records and breaking down what exactly is happening with the phone. Now, apparently this statement that they released has pissed off a lot of people, including the DA, Angel Myers, because she believed that this statement is throwing her under the bus. On August 17th, the statement reads, nationally renowned civil rights and personal injury attorney Benjamin Crump and the legal team for the family of 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells announced today that the family is prepared to make Nolan's phone immediately available for the joint forensic examination the parties agreed to on July 15th. So they came to an agreement on July 15th that there will be this, this joint investigation. Now, July 15th is obviously like about a month and 4 days ago. So a little over about 35, 36 days ago. Yeah, and this has not been done yet. And the family is saying it's not our fault that it's not been done, all right? We've sent out like multiple correspondence. We've reached out multiple times. It's not our fault this has not been done. So when you hear Tatum and the boys' attorney try to make it feel like we're not cooperating, that's not true, all right? This phone is not a priority to the DA. For some reason, they don't feel like this phone is important to their investigation and what they're about to present to the grand jury. So that's an issue for them. But it continues, and it says, the family forensic experts are on standby to conduct that examination any day this week. In correspondence sent to Angel Myers on August 17th, the legal team asked the DA's office to select any time from Tuesday through Friday, the earliest window available under the 12-hour notice the parties need to assemble their experts. The legal team also asked the DA's office to confirm whether the examination would take place at the Digital Forensic Labs at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, the location her office previously selected. So Dave told them, we could do it here. We can do it at any time y'all want. They requested a time, they requested the place, and the DA's office has gone silent. So now when Tatum says, why can't they just like give the phone up? How do you give the phone to somebody who don't want the phone? It continues, okay? They says, we are eager to comply with the agreement we entered on July 15th, which is a joint forensic examination of Nolan's phone conducted together with their experts, our experts, and possibly the FBI. Our experts are on standby. The family is ready. We have given the district attorney's office 4 days to choose from this week, and we will make ourselves available on 12-hour notice for any one of them. The family wants Nolan's phone examined right away. with both parties in the room. All parties agreed on July 15th that we share the same goal, which is determining the circumstances surrounding Nolan's death. The family is ready to move forward on that goal this week. Now, I didn't need to see this to know this. Let's just use common sense here for a second, okay? What do Nolan parents have to hide? What's the incentive for Nolan parents to do anything that can circumvent real justice being delivered? What's the incentive for them? You think they worried about social media and clout when their son is dead? You think they worried about appeasing to a specific group? No, they are worried about what happened to their son. So I didn't need to see this to know that they're willing to do whatever it takes to get justice for their son. Clearly and obviously, right? Clearly. But they had to put this out because psychos like Tatum and them was out here spreading lies on their name. So Angel Myers, your issue is with Tatum and the rest of them, not with the family. Now, Angel Myers released a statement today, but this statement was super slick, right? Super passive aggressive, right? In my opinion, I could kind of see how certain things could be taken as shots towards Benjamin Crump and the family. But here's what Angel Myers had to say in regards to what's been going on. In response to Benjamin Crump and the family, she writes, as district attorney, I do not have the same freedom to share information publicly that private individuals may have. Again, slick shots, passive aggressiveness. For example, I do not have the freedom to release letters I've sent in this investigation. She's saying, yo, they have told y'all what they have sent me in our correspondence, but y'all haven't seen what I've sent them. I've sent them correspondence. Then reach out to them. Then reach out to them directly. You call their bluff. But I don't believe this. So she goes, discuss witness cooperation or the testing evidence. I do not have the freedom to identify what information is verified and what information is false. Again, alluding that Benjamin Crump and the family may have been capping in those statements. I don't think they capping. I think they want to do a joint investigation, and I don't see any reason why they wouldn't welcome her to come and do the joint investigation. This makes no sense whatsoever. All right. So she goes, I do not have the freedom to publicly adopt a narrative and choose one fact over another. Again, more passive aggressiveness. Nor do I control the information released by private individuals who are not part of the investigative team. Again, slick shots at Benjamin Crump. I cannot control, rather, private individuals release letters they have sent to me, just as I cannot prevent them from releasing letters I've sent to them. Okay, so now y'all starting. Okay, so now you understand now? This is her slick way of saying, release what I've sent you guys. Release it all. My thing is, I understand you feeling attacked, but ain't this a tad bit too petty? But I do agree. If she's given them the permission to release the correspondence they had with her directly, release it. Release it. Or release the messages that she has sent y'all. But here's the problem with that, okay? What if there are personal things said in those messages that shouldn't be out in the public? Now, guess what? They can't redact certain things because if they redact it, now guess what? That's a whole nother rabbit hole. Oh my God, why was this redacted? But if she wants it out, hey, release it. But I don't think throwing slick shots at Benjamin Crump or the family is the best way to do it. Now, she is an elected official. So she understands if she botched this investigation and transparency is an issue, she's not going to get reelected. Like folks really care about Nolan Wells, right? So she goes, I cannot control which facts or bits of information are shared, or rather the information is being shared in context, twisted, or misconstrued. Public commentary does not make the speaker transparent, just like exercising restraint consistent with the laws does not make the process corrupt. The fact that something is done does not necessarily mean it's true. Prosecutors are held to the highest ethical standard. So this is where she goes into this entire spiel of, hey, I cannot speak on this, I cannot speak on that, I cannot speak on this. And we'll play you guys a video where she's repeating exactly this, but let's skip to this. So she says, my obligation and commitment is to present the grand jury with all the evidence collected in this case in order for them to reach a decision based on a thorough investigation. Complete evidence presentation, the actual truth, and an understanding of the law. I am obligated to do so in keeping with the law and the rules of this court. And she says on July 23rd that she released a recorded statement explaining this. So let's get to this recorded statement. And here's why this recorded statement is going to come back to bite her, okay? It is going to come back to bite her badly. Because from what we've seen and from other people's statements, it feels like she has violated and broken the oath in this recorded statement.
As District Attorney for the 19th Circuit Court District of Mississippi, I want to talk directly to the people of Jackson County. Our community is grieving the tremendous loss of Nolan Wells, who is loved and treasured by everyone. Nolan's family deserves answers, and our community deserves answers. Every death in the county, except those of natural causes and non-criminal car wrecks, are presented to your grand jury. Many people don't know that. We have handled death investigations in this manner my entire career. Nolan's case is being handled the same way, with the same care and the same commitment to the truth that we handle all death investigations. I understand the public's urgency to know what happened to Nolan, but we are not taking time for time's sake. We are taking the time required to complete the work this investigation demands. Since Nolan was reported missing, local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies have worked around the clock investigating what happened to him. Every piece of evidence must be examined. Every credible lead must be followed to its conclusion. Every witness interview must be analyzed in context of all other evidence. The pressure for answers does not change what the work requires. Our responsibility to Nolan and our community is to complete this investigation thoroughly, carefully, without compromise, supported by the evidence and worthy of the confidence of the people we serve. I also understand that many people have questions about why more information has not been released publicly. In Mississippi, the rules of professional conduct restrict the information a prosecutor can release during an investigation.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So that's the reason why Nolan Wells' family couldn't find out the autopsy results. That's why y'all refuse to tell the family, the mama, what the results of the autopsy is. Okay, understood, right? But tell me why, if the DA, if the prosecutors are not allowed to release any information, if investigators are not allowed to release any information, if the family couldn't even hear about the autopsy because it's your law, then how come Chris Cuomo and one of the attorneys for one of the boys, how come they knew the autopsy results? How come they knew all the information in regards to the autopsy? So this investigation is secret that only certain people have access to. Then how come the Bart's attorney have access to this and Chris Cuomo got access to this, but the family of Nolan Wells don't got access to it? So what happened to secrecy? It looks like they know a lot.
But that's because of all the layers that have been put on top of the unknown, in my assessment. Now, I am hearing from sources that I will protect close to the investigation that the investigators do have more information from their autopsy, not the autopsy, the secondary one that was done by the family and their agents and representatives, which was, of course, going to be less conclusive, less helpful, frankly, than the initial one, because certain things were removed and kept for later investigation, which is very normal. The suggestion that they took things and hid them so the family couldn't find things out, I see no basis for that. And certainly autopsies regularly collect tissue samples and other parts of the body for examination. You have also heard that they know things about the first autopsy.
Yeah, so what I've tried to do is not to increase or worsen a speculative environment. There are things that I know that I think the average person doesn't know.
I think there are things that I know that the average person doesn't know that are
sure.
not points of speculation. One, that they found now, and again, this could cut three different ways. They found evidence of water in tissue and cavities consistent with drowning. However, the body was also floating in the water.
Yeah, so miss me with that. Oh, we is hush. We not saying it. No. It sounds like y'all are feeding people with narratives and agendas that you guys want out. It sounds like y'all are giving a lot of information because Chris Cuomo and Bart's lawyer know a lot of information. So if they can know the information, why can't the public? Why can't Benjamin Crump? That's the thing. They've been treating Benjamin Crump as this outsider and as if he's not working with the family. They've refused to share information with Benjamin Crump, the family's attorney, because they, again, in their words, if they give it to him, it's going to be out there, right? They're going to disseminate the information. They're going to put everything out there. But y'all going to give it to Chris Cuomo and Bart's lawyer before the family. Man, miss me with that secret stuff. I'm not buying this at all. But that's her entire defense. Her entire defense is, hey, I can't really speak. It's against the law.
Our restraint in communicating facts and evidence is not an effort to keep the truth from the public. It is an effort to protect the integrity of this investigation and the grand jury proceeding. As your district attorney, I have an ethical obligation to avoid public statements that could influence witnesses, prejudice a proceeding, or compromise the fairness of the legal process. My obligation extends to and requires me to use reasonable care to ensure investigating agencies avoid making those statements and releasing information as well. These rules exist to protect the search for the truth, not to prevent it. As divided as the discussion surrounding Nolan's death has become, I know we all want the same thing, to understand what happened to Nolan. With that being our shared goal, we must also share in the goal of protecting the integrity of how the truth is discovered. If we sacrifice the integrity of the process in effort to satisfy today's questions, we risk undermining the confidence in tomorrow's answers. When the public asks, what about this, or have they looked at that, or did they think about this? The answer is yes. Those are the same questions investigators ask. The difference is that we can't publicly discuss the evidence, the interviews, or what those efforts have uncovered while the investigation is underway. Again, our restraint in sharing details of the investigation is not a refusal to share the truth. It is our commitment to protect the process that allows the truth to be known with confidence.
These people are amazing at spewing BS. But the one thing she got to understand, this ain't politics, bro. This is somebody's life y'all playing with, right? This ain't politics, man. It's not, right? Like the political mumbo jumbo, right? Is not going to work, bro. You really got to come in the field and really speak, really say what's up. But this is not going to work, right? And your best bet should have been criticizing Chris Cuomo, criticizing Officer Sam, criticizing the people who are putting information out there that made Benjamin Crump come out, not Benjamin Crump. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? Y'all think Angel Myers is being transparent, or y'all, right? Or, can y'all read through the BS? Let me know in the comment section, okay? If you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here to find out why Rock Nation is going to bury DJ Academics for exposing disinformation. I'm going to see you guys in this Rock Nation and Academics video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.